Welcome to Vocab with Nikunj, and let's start with today's analysis. So today the topic on which Hindu Editorial has published its editorial is Promising Bill on the Rajasthan Platform-Based Gig Workers Bill 2023. Okay, so the first word is gig. Gig means job. Okay, so any informal job, any job based on freelance or moonlighting, that is any job that somebody is doing apart from his normal job. For example, somebody is writing content, in his free time, and delivering it to his client, or any small thing like somebody is making videos and publishing it on YouTube and likewise. So they are coming up with a gig workers registration and welfare bill. Okay, and this initiative is to set up a gig workers welfare board heralds good tidings. Okay, so herald means to announce publicly. Okay, so that means this initiative is announcing good tidings, means news or information. So this initiative is announcing good news. Simple. Okay, it looks complicated, but it is simple. Herald means announce and tiding means news. So it says with an estimated 8 million people employed in an industry built on the back of the smartphone revolution. So the smartphone has revolutionized the way that we do things, right? So and they've also changed the way people were getting money, people were earning money. Okay, so 8 million people are right now employed in an industry. 8 million means 80 lakh, okay, which is based on this smartphone. Okay, and this gig work has become a major source of jobs. So gig work, like I said, content writing, making videos, or designing images and things like that. Okay, so it has become a source of jobs for youth in India. All right, and it goes without saying that in a country where informal labor and unemployment have defined the nature of the jobs market the last decade. So it says that this is important. What is important is a country where informal labor and unemployment have defined the nature, where there is too much of informal labor, okay, and there is too much of unemployment. So these two things have changed the nature of the job market. Okay, so it has become more of a gig-based market as per Hindu editorial in the last decade, and the gig economy has been a beneficial outlet of employment. The meaning of outlet is I forgot to write it down. One moment. Yeah, a piece of business for retailing goods means a common point. Okay, so this gig economy has been a point of employment. That's understood, right? This is especially true of youth and migrant workers. Okay, so youth people who are not getting job or migrant workers, because they might have a fear that if they go to places like Delhi and Mumbai, if the lockdown comes again, then they'll have no option but to walk to their hometowns. That this fear is there in their mind, which is why they are resorting to gig-based jobs. Okay, because they seek a ready and quick means of securing finances and flexible hours. What they are looking for is a ready and quick means. Okay, somehow they want to get finance. Okay, that means they want to get paid, and they also want flexible hours. This is an option used by informal workers who have used gigs for moonlighting. So this is an option which is used by informal workers who used gigs for moonlighting, means second job. Okay, after your normal job, if you are doing something like the way I am doing this YouTube session, the YouTube session with my channel is a moonlighting thing which I do after job. Okay, so yeah, so this is an option. Okay, moonlighting's meaning is clear, right? And then with growing smartphone use and reliance on apps for daily need and purpose, the gig economy is only set to flourish in terms of users and opportunities. That means that our smartphone usage is growing, right? And we rely on a lots of apps for online, for getting milk, for getting quick groceries, for commuting and likewise. Okay, this gig economy is only set to flourish, means it will expand, in a big way. All right, in terms of users and opportunities, lots of users will be there, and then there will be lots of opportunities. Yet, increased competition among platforms and the availability of a cheap labor force have led to a lowering of incentives for gig workers, even as their workload and uncertainty of work hours have increased significantly related to pay. So, what has happened is different platforms which provide these jobs, okay, their competition have increased, competition between them. All right, and also the fact that we have cheap labor available abundantly. Okay, so this increased competition has because of the competition they have to reduce their commissions and reduce their margins and reduce the amount which they are going to pay to the people who will be doing job for them. All right, and people are also willing to take the job because labor is cheap over here, and because of all these factors, what has happened is that incentives have gone down. All right, and this is despite the fact that their workload and uncertainty of work hours have increased significantly. All right, clear? And this workload and work hours, this is not in congruence with their pay which they are getting. It's not in line. Okay, and obviously this pay has become insufficient for many. यहाँ तक clear है, right? And now what is adding in this is the fact that gig workers are not recognized as workers but partners by most aggregating platforms. So these platforms, let's say Uber. Uber do not call the drivers as workers or drivers, they call them partners. Okay. And because of this, they lack any social security or related benefits due to them as workers. So, because of the fact that these companies call them partners and they do not call them workers, the companies are not bound to give any social security like health insurance or anything else, any other benefits. Okay, and apart from that, working conditions have also become increasingly harsh. Okay, the working conditions have become such in which working is little difficult. Okay, and this is an industry which is no longer a fledgling industry. Okay, fledgling is young and inexperienced, something naive. Okay, so yeah, so this is happen in this industry now, and which is also evident because there are growing flash strikes by gig workers. So जो gig workers हैं वो flash strikes भी कर रहे हैं. Okay, which is also evident that these workers are going on flash strikes. Flash strike means that when people go on certain strike without giving any prior notice to the employer. Okay, so after seeing everything, Rajasthan government has decided that they will deliver a Rajasthan platform-based gig workers registration and welfare bill. They will come up with this bill, and this step should be welcomed by all. Okay, even if it will be introduced before the assembly elections later this year. So assembly elections are going to take place. Okay, and it will be introduced before that. Even then, it is welcome. Okay, while the draft bill envisages a welfare board that will design welfare policies and hear grievances. So draft bill envisage means form a mental image, सोचना, okay, एक image बनाना, and which is not right now the case because this bill has not come into picture. So this bill thinks about a welfare board. Okay, a board will be there which will design welfare policies and hear grievances. Grievances means complaints. So this board will design the policies and will also listen to the complaints which gig workers might have. All right. On a piece rate basis. On a piece rate basis means a fixed rate paid according to quantity produced. Means some charges will be there, some fixed charges will be there. Okay, for this board to be a part of this system. and the specificities sorry, specificities, okay, of these policies and how they might benefit the workers are still unclear. It's not clear that what will be the specific things of this bill, and this board is expected to work toward a social welfare corpus. Okay, so this board will come up with a social welfare corpus. Corpus is capital. Okay, they will have some pool of money. And how will this money be financed? It will be financed by a cess on the digital transaction made by consumers on the platform that utilize the gig workers' labor. Like there will be a cess on the digital transactions which are made by these consumers and gig workers on the platforms which use gig worker labor. Okay, there will be a cess, and the cess will finance the board. Okay, corpus of the board. This schema. What is a schema? A schema is a systematic or pyramid plan. Okay, so a schema is not unfamiliar, it is familiar. Okay, and in Thailand and Malaysia, platform workers in the transport sector, they get benefited from health and accident insurance as well as social security. And how is it financed? It is financed by a deduction of 2% for every ride. Simple and efficient, right? So recently, the Union government passed a code on social security, one of four labor codes, which also allowed for some social security for gig workers. The Union government has passed a code, okay, on social security, and it also allowed for some social security for gig workers. But the scheme only remains on paper without proper implementation. Means it's not properly implemented yet. If Rajasthan's pioneering draft bill takes off, what is pioneering? Pioneering means if something is happening for the very first time in the industry or in the world or something like that. Okay, so in India, Rajasthan will be the first state which will be, coming up with such a bill. So that is what it is called pioneering. If this bill takes off, what does take off mean here? Take off is a phrasal verb, and it is generally used when an airplane, goes into the sky. So we say that airplane is taking off. Okay, but here it takes off means get started. So if Rajasthan's bill get started, other states could be compelled to utilize similar measures to ensure the welfare of gig workers. Now, freelancers are also human beings, and they also work for a living, and they also deserve the same benefits which normal employees or laborers get, right? Which is why Rajasthan government has come up with this bill. Okay, I hope you understood the context, and I hope you learned many words. Okay, let me know in the comment section how did you like this session, and thank you for watching. If you really want to improve your vocabulary, and you know you can click here to subscribe to my channel so that you will keep getting videos on vocabulary. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.